seagulls. They're always small and they never seem to do anything interesting with it, except more seagulls. Spending money is a matter of desire. I'm smart, you know? It also provides a means to hide from all the targeted advertising where extremely high net worth individuals, luxury yachts, high fidelity portable radio systems, fail-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle class after a while. A bit bourgeois. What? No, I do not say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that.
I don't see how it's appropriate.
Come now. There is not even a cent of corruption here. I'm merely being polite. As you may know, us high net worth individuals do have a lot of cash on hand. Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think they only have coins for coffee machines. Here is 3 real. How much can you get for this?
Come on, man. He's got to have more than that. See if you can score a little more of that lucre.
That's the idea, my friend. You've got to work for it. Maybe you can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan.
These ultra-liberal types love losing huge sums of money on ludicrous proposals. Ergo, you should come up with a plan that's totally dead in the water. If business planning were really...
He should what?
A volunteer police force. And why would I do that?
Just a minute. The RCM has its difficulties, but generally speaking...
You know, that's exactly what I've heard. From what I understand, the RCM, as currently constituted, still, the idea of a privatized police force is extremely telling. If you could invest in the RCM, where would you direct your...
Bigger guns. Large caliber motherfuckers that leave exit wounds the size of grapefruits. The plasma gun that shoots periwinkle blue high energy plasma. This is your chance. Take care of the people who protect the people.
I'm listening.
The Sheikh stands in stunned silence.
Not the plasma gun again. It's not even possible.
It is not possible, but what a dream! Either way, even if I could do it, I certainly wouldn't give an incompetent and corrupt police force world.
If I could interject, the RCM's problems are mainly structural. We are hamstrung by a lack of clear lines of authority, and our system of performance reviews.
I think the lieutenant's right. Your problems run much deeper than equipment or funding. The entire org structure of the RCM needs to be redefined. You need a unified chain of command. New metrics for measuring performance that reward real police work. Does that sound right?
Yes, that's precisely what we need.
Hell no! Can you imagine how much work that would take? The thing about investing is that
The lieutenant's disappointment is palpable.
Now, was there anything else I could help you gentlemen with? Why go so soon? I feel we've so much more to talk about. Welcome back, Jet. To be perfectly blunt, all I did was take her fortune and invest it through the...
And blow.
But then, some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really. Precisely. A nightmare. Where we are right now, the freedom of capital.
Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place?
What do you mean? Are you talking about my chin? Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do, it's some statistical thing. In essence, it says that when among other things, but calm down, I'm but a lowly single-digit billionaire. No, not really. There are actually quite many digits.
A man this chill?
I see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who's unusually well dressed for Martinez, in a cargo container, which I admit is odd.
Yes, I imagine that there...
Container, I'll turn you nicer.
The accent is...
Container, Evra. I see you are not a union man, mister. I mean, just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you... Oh, yes. Or people say us...
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am.
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo.
Sure is, miss.
I had to break this bonding moment.
Oh, we're on a strike.
So no one?
Not everyone. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everett sent him on a nice vacation. Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about him and his boys.
Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow.
No, I don't think they killed anyone. Yes. I'm like Mrs. Actually...
Who is this, Miss?
A real prick, but I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always... Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here. If me missus a doctor, like Maitre said so. And she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50...
Yes, this...
Well, thanks a... Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much I bust... Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of content...
Told you.
Oh, you want... Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar... Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office, of course. Bye-bye now.
On second glance,
It's unfortunate.
Let's see what's inside, he thinks. The drawer opens smoothly. Hundreds of and the same material. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantity. Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. Leo must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Booze? Blood? Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. You already went through all of these. The drawer slides shut smoothly. An imposing combination. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move. It's unclear whether you actually have undoubtedly. Sure, why? Nothing tricky about that. You just do. Before you is a walrus of a man. With great effort, he straightens himself.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debardes Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair on the other hand.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
It's nothing. Yes, that's probably right. It's nothing. He's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
You're no Titan affiliation, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debardes Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's...
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Hey, that's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
No.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a... Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak.
His slug-like. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
I know everything. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry! Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry. My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but...
I think the odds of that are very low.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Everard's large hands are covering the folder, but the look on his face says, I know everything about you, Harry.
Oh, Harry. Oh, wow. This is really...
I'm sure it's not that bad. At worst, he has an old RCM folder. And I very...
So how about it, Harry? You need assistance, I presume? It's Harry. Harry Dubois. And I can work with you, Harry. Now, what else can I do for you? But of course, Harry. Your precinct is the 41st and you live in Jamrock. Family? Harry, you're not a family man. There's not one peep of family in... Well, yes. I'm sure... Harry, you're not simply a cop, you're a star. A bright shining star in the drab law enforcement sky. Outshining all other stars. You're a superstar. Of course I do, Harry.
The giant neon sign reading, somewhere in Birova, a beautiful woman sees a bright glow on the horizon and says to herself,
Ah, this...
I find that...
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes... Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You wanted something from me. Mega rich light bending guy? Oh my God. How did that get in there? Damn it to hell, Harry. I specifically told my guys to check all the containers for mega rich... Honestly, Harry, we might be moving all kinds of suspicious things through this harbour, but I won't be caught transporting the light-bending mega rich. I have a reputation to protect. You're right, Harry. I am a socialist. I'm going to catch the mega-rich guy inside the container and I shudder to think what you're going to tell me next, Harry. Yes, your lost gun. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time.
the only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
I don't care about my gun. I love it, Harry. Wish I could be like that, but I can't.
The officer is exaggerating. Of course we care about the missing firearm, and we are actively looking for it as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands. Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if...
Yes, that sounds good.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
I'm not sure I understand.
Come now.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top.
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. A loud blabbering weasel. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. Harry, I'm a very busy man, and...
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi. And Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. Of course, Harry, I understand. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
A fantastic, just open one little door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Let's hear it, Harry. Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not link... Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age... Things do always turn real wacky when you and I are in the same room, don't they, Harry? Anyway, I assure you, I am a very... Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real...
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. Yeah, you have. With a sudden flash, the world The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover. Because what a shameful way to... Because Friesel was to your disappointment. After rifling, the magazine is divided into several sections. International comrade, but like the... So please, if you value our radical Mazovian...
What do you expect?
You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents this section, you also face it. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. Unsurprisingly, much of you skim the headline. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Cape Side Apartments of one of the... Sounds like their bodies. You flip back to the front of the magazine. It takes a... As you leaf through, the main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée. The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to... If you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll. You think you're settling in. Instead, you find yourself... Where to even start? For one, oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines. Now, under capitalism, thus, and that precise. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for. Sure, this flimsy magazine is right. That's because you haven't been reading critically. But don't worry. The whole point of these sorts of articles is to let someone else read critically for you.
Ah, come on. Can this article read your mind? A certain kind of young man reads one or two. If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you so cool. From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in... What are you, deaf? They're perfect. Yeah, a cool, trash superstar. Big dick cop down on his... Yeah, you know. Beneath it is just with a sudden...
Buddy.
Yeah. Don't say anything. Size him up first.
Are you admiring my morphophysiology? It must be frightening to stand in the shadow. What is this androgynous display of sexual maturity?
You hear your heart pumping, fast and irregular. Your joints ache and you feel, oh.
Stop it! You are embarrassing yourself in front of this display of weakness.
Jean-Luc, his body is betraying his degeneracy pretty hard. Maybe you can ask him to leave.
You have succumbed. You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. Yes, Al-Ghul. I doubt it. My microcephalic race, so...
It's not good.
It's like a rat crawled into your stomach, got drunk and drowned.
Your mouse moved occidental.
Show him the ham still got it.
The ethanol fungus is deep within your nervous system, pulling the strings. You are merely its pupa now. I see. Willingly calling yourself a... You gave the world. You dominated lesser culture. You will be superseded.
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
Enough. Bring your troops to the Simenine. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul. Your beloved.
Go ahead. Don't be shy. Just ask for race secrets. That's understandable. Jean-Luc Measurehead is a sage.
I...
True. That is a noble cranium. But you got a hard noggin yourself.
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw. It is important. This leads me to your racial...
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk.
Don't...
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision, and also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism, offshoots of the Semines. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to men. The South, I am a descendant. The Neville, no.
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
I'm from Kur. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have
I don't think anything about this.
Your pedomorphic friend is right. Your race descent has only worsened since I...
Scab? A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay. Beats me. Gotta be bloody stupid. Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. These scabs ain't begging. They ain't holding on to their integrity. I was just messing with you. Imagine. Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? A key, huh? What door? Oh, Saint, I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. Bowler Weasel? Oh, I know what you mean. I'm pretty sure he's actually Occidental, though. What you're looking for is a...
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things. None of this mess where this jiving and juggling. I'm more of a philosophical...
Who he is and what they're fighting for? This is interesting.
The mercenary, eh? What a thought. Your dead guy was an enemy. He was an agent of the... I ain't the murdering type, but that...
He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood. This has been of limited use.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search.
Small, it's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why?
monument. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "What did he do? High above you, the king stands triumphant."
From another planet. Hey there. You sure are, my man. It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo. Yeah. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout. Yeah. So tell me, what do you need? Nope. Some of the other
Yup. Nothing wrong with that statement.
You could also check the kiosk down the street. Frit. With 3 T's. It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. I've heard talk.
Ah, yes. From the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Anything else? Us lorry driver. Not my thing.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the...
He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for. Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. Nothing. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't mind my idle verbosity. Oh.
Time to arrest him.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. They usually get shipped to Grad in the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Il Moran, not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I...
Never. They would never illegalize sport. Sport is the most whole...
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of. Neat. For carrying large quantities of cargo a long distance. These found track... We're pals.
There's no denying it. Your boy, the man, taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Don't be a stranger.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around. Of course. What can I help you with? Sure, I'm done with it. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache. Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of question.
Oh, well, I didn't write it there. I don't know anything.
Pig is a widely used term for members of the police.
No need to worry, we are not saying you...
Okay. Well, I didn't. Since the street sign's messed up? What do you mean? Yes, sir.
He knows where we are. He just wants directions.
No problem. Of course.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead...
Sure.
Really? Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take...
Her voice is... He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Oh.
Was that a snarl or a suppressed groan? No love for you here.
Firewalker? Do exactly that. I'm the most serious person at the station. And you survived it.
Sort of.
Even better. Anything else? With all the damage?
There is no...
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. What? You want me to do blood work? You want the real, honest...
So it's... The money is probably gone.
And no, I...
It's not fucking cryoactylata.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold.
Received.
Lieutenant gets around.
Officer? Yes, hello? Oh, right.
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out.
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. You know who.
You think you hear a sliver of accusation. Don't be paranoid. She's obviously talking about someone else, not you.
I really don't want to talk about this. Let's just forget about this. Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off right now. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. You told me back. Oh.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Yes, you absolutely should. It feels like you haven't worn yours in a...
Please, no. You were trying to...
Sounds like it's going to be bad. Do you really want to know?
You were waving it around in everyone's face.
People tried to back away from you, or even slip out of the door. But you screamed. I am the... There is silence on the other end of the line.
No idea. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. No, absolutely not. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. Didn't seem like you had fun doing it, though. Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass. Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into the hell with that song. Then there was your... I tried to say... And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys there is. The coolest. And then I had to deal with... I won't even mention you. Damn it. I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do.
She's worried she might have accidentally done something bad.
Especially when there's a hurricane loose.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again. All sorts of things. Which one would that? Sad?
Interesting. You still have to find it, however. You hear...
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
10-4, come in. Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Some kind of superstar. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street. This coin-operated viewer is facing. Your money disappears. The curtain, the lenses, it looks as if it was abandoned.
Really? I don't have the...
The tear machine stand. Your bottles clunk. You see several packaged raincoats fill a low shelf beneath a display of croissants and juice bottles. The raincoats are transparent, except for the big frit.
Welcome to Revachol.
Don't you welcome to Revachol me. My grandfather came. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It's men like you who keep Revachol divided, making it that.
Oh, come on, man.
I know but you see.
Silence. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple, you know.
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his reg.
Whatever you say, officers. Oh, not much anymore. I mean, the strike. Apples. Yeah.
He's given you the runaround. Let's be honest.
It's not...
Change the topic. The way he says it makes it almost sound like a threat.
I'm not just people who've
If this guy's all the Occidentals have, well, let's just say he's not exactly ripped.
So, lately we Occidentals have the problem? The damn kips are showing a real good game lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruders species too. They're on the... It's what the kips of Boogie Street are. It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra... Don't push your luck, Runt.
Hello, sir. Are you interested in a new and exciting... It's a bookstore.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl. You're fooling nobody.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now. Okay, sir. I'll try to answer. My name is... Feel free to step in and... I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on... Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store. Oh, King... I think that's why people read them. To find the secret. I don't know about that.
They're all dogs.
Why would they do that, sir? That's so cool. Maybe they'll make you a book cover picture and everything. I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum. Mum says it's Mum says it's...
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go... I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the...
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there. Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
Welcome to... Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space. I am.
She has fine-tuned her voice to find the most welcoming approach for attracting new customers.
Hurst? Who said that? Annette? Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Wonderful! Did you talk to her? Great! On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great. Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business. You must be kidding. Good, sir. Indeed.
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges.
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? Everything is on the shelves. Take a look.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Hurst? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime. Amidst the various books, the point of the book, and many others on it serves platitude, wholeness. When it's up to you, it's your own fault if the book features. This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this? The throbbing in your head, suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The book contains... For example, even better if you can find... It is supposedly... It also recommends, among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health. For general health, this is exactly what I don't know. There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you've been perusing that particular volume long enough. If you'd like to continue reading...
Several maps. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, the north coast to the east, Huron. It's so small. No. This is somewhere to be. This is all you have. It's not real. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see this large ozone in the northeast radiating outward. You can. The ocean connection star. You have little. Perhaps they are gods.
I'm sorry, they're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing, from when they didn't get that far, for some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business. Always good to be informed.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item.
The plaque on the shelf reads, biographies of famous people. Browsing through, suddenly, high speed next to her. Next to that,
I really must.
she understands.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing.
You see.
Excuse me, officer. Nothing.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. Just as you're about to...
Sir, don't parapsychologically...
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone...
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. Why? I am sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. No!
Lies. Rip them open, we say. There is something mysterious about the curtain. You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands.
I warned you! I wasn't kidding when I said we're parapsychologically done. You clearly don't care about the consequences. What gives you the right? Don't expect my help. Do look at the books, though. The books compel you.
This bookstore is not strictly about...
Indeed. Well, I hope it contains what you're looking for.
The worn map features your finger moved, finally.
For a more detailed view of the map, go to your...
Medicinal purposes of flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the general benefits of the pill. A large pharmacopoeia makes up... You come across the following explanation. Finally, something to calm the angry spirits that have been plagued. It seems to contain descriptions of the medicinal properties of various ingredients that may be gathered from the pill, as well as what you're describing is booze. You don't need any herbs. There's nothing in here that speaks to hangovers directly. However, first, you need to choose a base ingredient. Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add? You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. According to the pharmacopoeia, It should increase your energy and focus, though, in your experience, it's only done the opposite. If only you could find one of these right now and drink the shit out. Would you like to try again? Very well. Next, you'll need to combine the base ingredient with an appropriate vehicle. Lastly, is there anything else you'd like to add? You've created a delicious tincture of whiskey and ginger. If only you could find one of... Would you like to try again? You close the book and find yourself staring at the familiar cover once more. Bankruptcy sequence. It's easy. You just need to move on. Like a... A heavy door. What if you just break it down? You smash into the wood and see a small crack.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
Bent metal, broken glass. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter. Kudos. A barbell lie. It's 60 kilograms. Why does it feel so familiar? No, a memory from another life. When you were young and fit.
Yes? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the... Binocular? Is that how they do...
The barbell. No, it's not that. A memory from another life. When you were young and fit. Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop. Hey, but you're still in.
Good technique.
No, it's a memory from a.
It's dark. And the flashlight works a lot better if you hold it in your hand. Yes, you might even call it a feature of the universe that you need to hold tools. Right.
Some areas are...
This old fireplace is radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123, unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and you think so? Looks like a surveillance program. Someone the leader of a massive, whoever decides all of this is good.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the schedule. I know.
Nothing. Your flashlight, some of the writing has faded. These light translucent. Who are all one of the Welkins? It's the hull.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures. This looks like concept art for a project. It's not real. Political commentary. That one, just look at the...
And for what? The photo entire, albeit a pinned postcard reads, "This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic as time goes."
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner. The handwriting. Outside, a cold wind wraps. This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube shape.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone. We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animals. It's empty. The filament you have would fit like a smooth draw. The filament slides into place. On the bar of... Oh no. The static...
Good afternoon. Please repeat. Is this the product, the filament? Yes. Is that the production schedule? Good.
You should ask her for a hint.
No. Still no.
I'm afraid we are not doing that.
Now, can you please repeat? Proceed.
That sounds... Don't worry.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? Fortress 1. Fortress. Any other questions? Yes.
She repeats passwords.
I work as...
On an island on the Doesn't it get lonely?
Lonely?
That's why she...
Now, please tell me if there's anything else. Thank you.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine. The filament slides out of its glowing.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? Yes, that is the question. It looks like one of those popular pen and paper...
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
Through Colin Station, then there's the game...
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment.
Not to my knowledge, but I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interest. Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. No idea. They stopped filling out the... Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered. Yes. Okay, let's...
You see, this ice bear is a hyper-carnivore. Be careful. A gust of freezing cold air. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Of course, just a giant ice... Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door. A friendly cartoon bear.
Good question.
Somewhere in the past, it's summer. 5-year-old Fifette lets go of her mother's. As she makes her mother rushes.
I know. What is even...
The fridge buzzes with energy. A few bricks have fallen off, revealing...
Seems like an old bunker from the Revolution. There is, yes. And there also appears to be...
Your hand reaches deep into...
Are these any good?
Most of them are... Take it. You're a police officer.
An old Belma grave from the Revolution. Seems to no longer be...
Thick layer of... Looks like this furnace has a face.
Looks like it. No one has used it in ages.
It's dark and...
What are you doing? Wait, really? We should investigate. See if some...
A lush layer. You feel the spirit of Ramut Karzai. Ancient. 3 dangerous...
What? What are you doing? Please wipe your face clean, officer.
These 3 stripes give you strength in this dangerous realm.
And this protects you. Okay, sure. Go ahead.
A hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe hurts. The The note is written.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's someone has scribbled. S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from... You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy. Someone has scribbled. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen...
Looks like someone from... That's a plausible hypothesis. It belongs in...
It's like the production schedule you found. Only this one's an off-site copy.
Some local miscreants, probably. There are tons of them running around. I don't know.
Didn't you see one right next to the breaker box? An iron safety... What an odd thing to do. Still nothing. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly...
There must be another way to wake up whoever...
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. It's dark.
What are you doing? Wait, we should ask the lady in the bookstore what's going on with these curtains. Looks like it. No one has used it in ages. No signs of it.
It's dark.
What are you doing? Wait.
It feels safe to know that this sounded real, not imagined.